We're at the Zahur Ahmed Studiam for the second test in the Dutch Banglabank series between the hosts, Bangladesh and South Africa.
I've got the coin, I beg your pardon, Najmul.
Tails.
Tails is the call. Got a tail. And it is a tail. Well, what would you like to do and why?
We're going to bat first, Ed.
Bat, bat, bat. Both captains wanted to have a bat first. Sean?
It's a pretty decent combination, suggesting that, yes, it's going to be tough work, but if you get an opportunity, grab it with both hands.
Yeah, interesting that South Africa go with Zakir and Bangladesh go with Zakir. South Africa got two left-arm spinners.
Sun beating down, no chance of rain for the moment, and we're about to get started. Alongside me, Ed Rainsford. Good morning.
And would want runs in this test match. Tony Dezorzi, very early, you would say, into his test career.
Man who's been amongst the wickets, who's troubled the batters. Oh, right on the money. Love that. Getting that line going first ball. He's got quite a bit of bat on that one. Nicely played away. Maybe not perfectly timed, but still, it's going to be just holding. But a good start. 3 runs for the taking.
And not timed as well as he would have wanted there, Aiden Markram.
Oh, just flicked it off his hips. It's gone away, racing away, but that was not the most convincing looking shot. Gets back and punches it. What about that shot? Oozing with confidence.
Yeah, vintage Aiden Markram. Absolutely adores it. This length, this line. He feeds off that, does Aiden Markram. That's exactly where he would want it. Get one out of the middle of the bat. First boundary of the morning.
Nicely behind that, eases it through the covers. Delectable looking shot, races away to the boundary.
Yeah, having a dip outside the line of off-stump previous delivery. Then again, loves it there.
We're talking about even with a red cherry, he tends to grip and turn the ball. Kajul is very adept at that.
Yeah, got
oh, edge just passed. Did he get a bit of glove on that one? Oh, goodness gracious.
This is a good delivery. He bowls good deliveries. It's taken him some time to get this one in a good area, a little bit of movement, induce the edge. Closer look at it. Keeper, oh, it's yours. We'll break that down. Is there too much weight on the right foot? Is he wrong-footed on that occasion? It's definitely his catch because it's dying as it gets to the first slip. An opportunity perhaps gone a-begging.
Nicely played. It's such a good batting strip, this one. He's got so much time. And a very good morning to Sean Pollock.
Morning, Nutter. Yeah, that was a really good shot by Aiden Markram. Got into position and just slog sweeps and does it really well. That's a good shot. First bit of aggression and it goes all the way.
And that's a top shot. That is a top shot. He's not going to make him settle around. That's for sure, because now both the batters understand the fact that this is such a good batting surface. You got to grab it with both hands. That is a beautiful shot. Yeah, conventional. Yeah.
Beautifully caressed through the offside. Just opens the face, slightly over pitched, and on the surface you can just hit through the line. It doesn't have to be a genuine half volley. You can back it to come on at an even kind of bounce. Away it goes.
Yeah, hit that on the up. No, not a half volley by any means. That's why it's important as a short arm jab. That should go all the way to the boundary, or does it just stop? So, yep, this might be pulled up. Oh, we'll probably have another look at that.
I think we don't need to check it. I think that's brilliant bit of fielding. I think he's done remarkably well. That's nicely played. The key to it is the placement behind square here on the leg side. Zahur tries to implement the sweep shot earlier, ball before, but this time he's in full control. What he's looking to do is get outside that off stump, so there's no danger whatsoever.
Hurry down, just put the ball away. As we mentioned, wide open spaces. Two fielders trying their best to no avail. It's gone for 4 runs.
Little teaser for those that gave chase, but a nice stroke this from Zahur. Again, not trying to get it too square, not trying to just nudge that around the corner. It's that well in front.
Oh, uses the feet, and it's up in the air. Thank you and goodbye. Just chancing his arms, and straight away they're going to have a little look whether it was a bum ball or maybe the catch was definitely taken cleanly.
Not sure what the two umpires are discussing, because Markram is making his way off the ground.
We have an umpire review for bum ball. I have checked the feet, it's a fair delivery. Can we start with the best angle, please? Just rock and roll once, please. Not touch the ground after hitting the bat. Thank you. I'm ready with my decision for the big screen.
And he's in the middle because of this. Dance down the wicket, maybe checked a shot. The full flourish and the follow through was not there. It was easy for Mominul to take that catch. After scoring 33, it's 69 for 1. Push and run.
Good boy, good boy.
Oh, backs away. Once again, trying to hit it too hard. In the process, he does not quite time it properly and place it properly either. Reversing. Getting quite a bit of bat on that one. It's racing away to the boundary.
For traditionalists, this is heart in the mouth stuff, but not for the modern day cricketer. Tristan Stubbs arguably feels more comfortable playing this stroke than he does a forward defence. It's his bread and butter, the old sweep and reverse sweep. Yes, you look a little foolish if you get out.
82 for 1.
Catch!
Was in the air for a bit. Fell just short of the fielder. Zakir Hassan. Nigel, but quite hopeful. Might have been an opportunity.
Yeah, it's a shot that Zahur is trying to employ a lot. It's a change of angle now, which makes it slightly different and more difficult. The key is actually that fielder was situated about 5 or 10 steps.
Ow!
This is well bowled. Well bowled by Miraz. He's constantly bowling in that off-stump line.
In the bat.
Trying something different. And it pays off. Comes back for the second.
We saw him play a shot like this in Dhaka where...
Full and nicely played. Cracking stroke from Zahur. It's a boundary.
Insane what I did. The next delivery gets hammered away from mid-wicket. Maybe this one was a little bit fuller. But this is nicely played. I think it's fuller and maybe a little bit straighter, and that's why he's able to execute. He's looking to be aggressive, and I think South Africa are quite happy now that there's pace on.
Nicely behind it.
Over.
109 for 1. And 28 overs, it is confirmation that it is time for lunch. It is for 33 of 55, Markram.
It was tough going for them. I think Tajul was the best of the bunch once again, and no surprise he was the one to pick up a wicket, maybe contributed through. It's going to be hard work for the bowlers. This is a good batting surface, and South Africa are trying to dig in deep.
No real surprise that when South Africa won the toss that they decided that they would have a bat first off the bowling of the left arm spin Tajul Islam for his 33. He'll be very, very disappointed. Alongside me, Attar Ali Khan. Attar, how do you think the Bangladesh bowlers went? Bangladesh made 3 changes to their starting 11 from that first test match. Pitched outside leg, surely. It's a big appeal. Umpire Joel Wilson is unmoved, and just at first glance, it looked as though it was pitching outside the leg stump. Height's an issue as well. No, they're going upstairs.
Pitching outside leg. Thank you. I'll go back to Joel on field. Joel, you can stay with your decision. You're on screen now. You can signal not out.
No, that's not a good review.
Man, every time it's with that single 54 Zoze.
Third test 50 for Tony de Zorzi, just a nudge away on the offside.
Surely he would also be looking for some help from others who are around the bat.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
Oh, hello. Now then. Tajul Islam has decided to come over the wicket rather than his around the wicket to the left-handed de Zorzi, and out comes the reverse sweep.
That one turned quite sharply, didn't it?
Gets his length a little bit wrong. That's the problem when the surface doesn't have any pace in it.
But not on a consistent basis. That has been an issue, a major issue. 500, more than 500, about 65. I think it was 565 against Pakistan.
Beautifully bowled.
A hint of turn in the second session. Beautifully bowled. And we've seen him doing this
easily into the deep for an amble single. I think that's the way to go about it when you realize that there was not going to be, you're not going to get freebies, let's put it that way. You've got to milk the runs. The early stages, even pegged back slightly. Oh, goodness. Is there
And they'll be very disappointed, Bangladesh, that this didn't go anywhere near the hand. There was sun to deal with. Really get back as quickly as you'd have hoped. Unfortunately, the ball lands safely.
once again just going back and helping himself to another single. Another 3 runs from this over. It's 129 for 1. Oh, that reared up. Controlled that nicely for Mushfiq Kareem to come around and field it. Ends the 39th over, 131 out. Wonderful feeling in the sense that will bolster their confidence as that ball is played away. Couldn't find the cap in the covers. Another runs. Runs coming slowly. Haven't had a boundary for a while, not quite sure. What was that? That was real good bottom hand. Whacked it. Nice timing. There was a fielder in the deep. Ah, is that it? That's a back foot punch. Well predicted, John Pollock.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure for all those around the world watching this broadcast that you haven't seen a boundary for a while, so I just thought I'd cue one up for you. That was a wonderful shot by Tristan Stubbs. Rode it, got onto the tips of his toes, and just punched it beautifully off the back foot.
Well, that'll definitely put him in a good mindset, the batter.
How many tucker did we have on that one?
Millions, Polly. Millions.
This was a healthy edge. Nice change of angle. I think it bounces comfortably short. That's why I just think in this stage, you want everything to possibly carry. Bounces short of him.
Yeah, just a little short. Initially, I thought it was taken, but
Catch it!
Going for the reverse early on. Was not too far away from Mahidul Onkon. Running away towards the boundary. Shadman slides and probably does recover.
We'll check if the batter gets the full value of his runs there because of how close the fielder is there. And rightfully, that foot on the wedge and the hand on the ball.
Reversed. Just use that angle to which Miraz bowled that delivery.
Played it nicely, and the reason is that is because he really pushes it across. So as soon as it goes past or around that off-stump region, he knows that he can play that reverse sweep. He'll think there for a moment if that bounces.
Bit of turn.
Like you rightfully say, nowadays with also social.
Bit more flight. Appeal. Taijul is excited.
You're right, there's a number of things that possibly play on his mind. Where it hits him, has it him outside the line? Is it sliding down the leg side? Yeah, maybe. Keeper's right there, probably missing leg stump. Duke.
Oh!
Technology playing a huge part in...
Charges down the wicket. That is a spectacular shot from Stubbs.
Yeah, really good shot. Here's the variance that he brings. He's a positive player, can get the game moving very quickly. Plays the reverse sweep, but then he has this ability to get nice and close to the ball and use his power and reach. That's an emphatic boundary.
Ow!
That one just creeping in. Looking for that gap between the bat and the pad. Well defended in the end by Dizorzi.
Now stays down a fraction. Just a fraction.
Comes down the wicket. Takes it on a half volley. Few bounces to the ropes. For 4.
This one's just tossed up, so he gets on the move, does Dizorzi.
Nice, guys, keep going.
Just there, he sees it flighted, and then he gets nice and close. It doesn't quite get all of it. The bat face closes, but the commitment through the shot in that hitting area allows the power and the elevation.
Oh, that is a beauty. From Miraz, just enough turn to get it past the edge of Dizorzi's bat.
Good pace.
There's a good comeback delivery, just a little bit wider. Look at that for turn and bounce.
Oh, just whiskers away from that off stump. Hence, those hands over his head.
This is close. And the turn just saves him, possibly by half an inch.
Allah!
Wow. How about that? It's not going to go for 4, but where he hits this from, it really does illustrate the confidence that Tristan Stubbs has in playing the shot. And not so either for Tony Dizorzi. That's beautifully played.
Yeah, remember in the first test match, it was the sweep shot, the conventional sweep shot, which really took on the spinners. And again, very nicely played from Dizorzi.
For a moment, Tajul Islam thought that that had been edged and wait, maybe, yes, we're upstairs.
Langdon, you can stay with your decision.
See, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what colour the cricket ball is Tristan Stubbs, if he identifies it, he is happy to go on over boundary fielders. And he does this easily.
Yeah, if he gets going now, then trouble. More trouble for Bangladesh. Lovely use of the feet. Didn't bother to run because it sails over the boundary ropes for the maximum. Beautifully played.
All round the ground. You want to be 20 minutes away from... Goes all the way. Just a little use of the feet now as he closes in on that magical number.
Yeah, it was in the previous over that we saw Stubbs going down the wicket and hitting down the ground. This time it's Zozi. Yep. Picks it up nicely and whacks it away on the onside for another maximum. Into the 90s now. Lovely use of the feet. And then it did pick the turn. Costly miss. Very costly. He's leaked too many.
Those inside edge, and therefore captains end up spreading the field, which allows him to get off strike so easily.
Maybe just going down the leg side also. You happy with the field set now?
Straight as well. Look, I think they're going for a little bit of an in-out field, so he's trying to hold a few attackers in here. Leg slip and a conventional slip, drifting down the leg side.
Yo, Saurabh bhai, jore aisen.
4 away, Tony de Zorzi. He sweeps well, and Tony de Zorzi has a test match 100 for South Africa.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Over the moon. Took his time, and we were talking about whether he'll be able to reach the 3-figure magical mark before tea is called. And he's picked that first test match 100 with a lovely conventional sweep shot. Applied.
He's played this stroke really well today, Tony de Zorzi. But it's that sweep shot that he will remember.
Come on, boys, go on.
And that's a more confident shot from Bangladesh.
Foot of the wicket-keeper going down the leg side. Not a bad shout at all. Yeah, just doing a little bit too much.
So that will be tea. A session that Bangladesh started well. They managed to keep to the South African opening batter, Tony de Zorzi.
Yeah, what an excellent display of concentration, grit and determination. Apart from that...
partnership of 136 with Tony de Zorzi. Started slowly.
Always looked to be in the thick of the things. And once again, failing to pick up a wicket.
Of 152 deliveries and well complemented by Stubbs.
Everything's dandy, but this is an opportunity for you to go and get a really big score. You never know when you're going to get past that mark again.
Starts off with a short one, which did not rise up as much, and the field position does suggest that. Try to play across. Zakir takes the catch. Appeal is there. Umpire Joel Wilson not interested. get an easy single to end the over. 208 for 1. Comes down the wicket, gives it a hike, and does clear it for a maximum.
Fantastic shot, good use of the feet, and there's a big gap between long on and squarish mid-wicket. Picks that out perfectly. Just chips it away, and is this a sign of what's to come? Has there been a discussion that they want Stubbs to be a little bit more aggressive to South Africa, or has he just come up with that game plan on his own?
This is how he's actually...
Pressure. Particularly when it gets difficult, as that one goes through for a bar. Particularly when it gets, like, the conditions are difficult, you kind of have to learn to string. Doesn't have to be too fast bowlers you think of.
Down the wicket yet again. Denied through that lower delivery.
Looked like he got caught up with his pad there. Stifled the peel, maybe thinking that it hit the pad first.
Nicely played. Finds the gap off the back foot. Relay throw in, and by that time, they've reached the 150 partnership. Going for the reverse. Was a bit away, but gets it in front of square, and I think he's got enough to reach the boundary.
Once he's got into that position and made contact with the bat, it was no doubt it was heading to the fence. You do worry a little bit of how far across the stumps he gets. Watch how he shows. Basically, if that pitches it, if he misses it, it's just going to go straight into the stumps, and it's pitched outside the leg stump. So you do wonder if he shouldn't just get a pad in the way, because you can't be adjudged LBW where that one's pitched. As far as the act...
Comes down the wicket. Catch it is the call. But that one has enough to cross over the fielder's head for a maximum.
It's a little bit of a strange one, because he was very defensive and then decides to pull the trigger, and he's not there. I think this was supposed to go wide mid-on and just carries on with the arc. There's a fielder back there. It's the biggest side of the boundary. It's at least 70-odd meters to carry. But he's backed himself, and as it makes contact, he pro thinks, okay, that's enough. That's good. That's going to take it all away. But it was straight over the...
Yeah, we saw the physio earlier on and giving him some...
That is a very, very confident appeal from Miraz. He's got absolutely no support from the man behind the stumps. At battle. And they went upstairs and lost their second review, Bangladesh. Stubbs next to strike here. Worth a try. I know we've talked about how good the pitch is and batter friendly it is, but South Africa go and post 450, 500, 550 and got to get going, got to get going. He had to get going. A direct hit would have been very, very tight indeed.
Survive. The wrister. He's played that reverse again and he's come back for the second. Totally struggling to run.
Yeah, he's running without bit.
Trying for the Yorker. No full top. No is the call. Thankfully, communications in order. Sent back wisely. Oh, swivels round. Sam straight to the fielder this time. Enough opportunity to go for that single. But Polly, a situation like this, I know he's suffering, but he's putting up a bold face here, a brave face. Is that always right?
It depends what the coaching staff have said to him. I mean, if it's cramp, obviously he can go off the field, recover even overnight, and then...
Nicely done. Threaded the needle to a nicety. And off it goes to the boundary. That ends the over.
Being presented with the opportunity. There we go. Right off the middle. Such a strong position. Doesn't have to be a...
And the balance was forward. It was just a punch. It didn't. The follow through was not there. The timing, and as you said, the meaty part of the bat. There had only one place to go, to the boundary. That's away. Seems comfortable enough. Punches it half a stop. Little chase, and to make those 2 runs look comfortable enough. Sweep.
I don't think we want to show the replay of that one. I don't know what Aidan Markham's feeling like. He's missed out.
Sweeps and ambles the single to give the strike to Tristan Stubbs.
Interested to see what the field, what we know he's capable of. And he's capable of explosive batting in the shorter format. But he's been watchful, he's been selective.
As well. Once again, it's going to go to hand in the deep, and it's Tristan Stubbs on strike.
Will Shanto decide to apply the pressure? He's had a bit of a break. It's been...
Does the reverse, gets the single, and we wait again for Stubbs to get that very, very important run. This time he gets it past the fielder, the infield. That is the century. What a marvelous one it's been. He's been patient, he's been resilient, he's been choosy with his stroke making, and it has been a magnificent effort from Tristan Stubbs.
A fantastic knock by the South African. A real lot of maturity involved in this innings. And of course, now he can look to be a bit more adventurous. And he plays that reverse sweep, which he plays so well.
Very adept at that shot, very confident playing the reverse as Stubbs. Even the Zorzi is opening up with his shot making now.
Partnership goes to 197 now, just 1 hit away from the 200 mark.
There he goes again. It's going to find the boundary this time. Has played it fine enough. Just after he crossed that milestone, you can see him opening up. 201 of the partnership comes up with that shot.
Yeah, this is beautifully played. After he's played it, all the Bangladesh fielders have just kind of stood around as if to say, well, what can we do? What is there that we can come up with that's going to break this partnership? Because once he's got to 100, he now is starting to play at a little bit more freedom.
The crowd here. Oh, got him. Ball that kept low. Tajul Islam strikes. Just, I think, a tad loss of concentration. Trying to hit it away, and it hit timber.
See the disappointment on Stubbs' face. It did seem like one that just skidded on a touch to him. The deliveries, the 3 deliveries leading up to this were 78, 79, 78, and then that one 85. So that is a nice change of pace by Tajul, and it's got through the defenses just a little bit quicker. Slides, and I think it's off the bat, the bottom edge onto the middle stump. But eventually Bangladesh are rewarded for their patience. They eventually found their second wicket, much to the disappointment of Stubbs, but it won't take anything away from what has been a fantastic innings from him. 106 of 198 deliveries. South Africa.
Circumspect, and it's up in the air. He wasn't very cautious on that occasion. Used his feet, and the ball eventually trickles across. Took a bit of chance, I thought, there.
Starting to use his feet. He didn't quite get to the pitch, but decided to go through the shot anyway. That's why it went substantial way into the air. Didn't really have the power or trajectory to take it low. Just cut across it as well, outside edge, but still enough contact to take it to the fence.
Oh, swept, missed, hit him on the body.
There's a little call for catch it. I don't know if he got a little edge. Yeah, he did actually, top edge. Unfortunately, it hits the shoulder, but goes square, not anywhere near the 2 men behind the wicketkeeper.
Oh. Well, what about that for a show of intent by David Bedingham?
Backs himself, does David Bedingham. He's picked up the length and said to himself, this is up there and it's going over the top. Unwell.
Pick the bones out of that one.
What a shot, David Benningham. Late in the day, you'd say, for some. Not late in the day for him. He'll come out and be ultra positive. Down the wicket. Happy as you like for half a dozen. Plays with intent.
Just sliding. Oh, what about that? So as the light fades, South Africa decide it's time to put the foot down.
Imagine that, where you've done so much good work. And you think to yourself, perhaps it's time to be a little bit conservative. No, down the wicket, frees up the offside. And I tell you what, it's a really good shot. It's right to the pitch of the ball with that bat. Gives himself the room of staying leg side.
And mid-off got a little bit tight, and De Zorzi went dancing down the wicket and slapped him over mid-off for 6. A single. So the average score on day 1 of a test match here in Chottogram is 288 for 6. Here he goes again. Not going to get a boundary. But South Africa aren't waiting for the umpires to call play or close of play here. Oh yes, nicely controlled. That should be a boundary and is.
So when you leave the stumps, you're punished in this fashion. So this is a shake of the head by Mahedi Hassan, and he knows the line isn't quite there, the length isn't quite there. So on this surface, you've got to keep things simple if you're a bowler, a spinner or a seamer. So they'll look back and think, well, could have kept things a lot more simple. So I'm thinking to myself, make it as hard as possible. Give my seamers a bit of a break. Come back tomorrow morning, take the new ball, and see if you can nip out.
Bedingham says, I'm happy to take you on, sir. And he has nailed that. A big one.
David Bedingham. 17 off 22. There's 6 of those 17. Really good shot. Such a positive approach to the game. He waltzes down. This occasion a lot flat.
I think South Africa are scoring far too easily against the spin. End of the over, 307 for 2. The new ball has been bowled for just the solitary over. It was bowled by a spinner, and even that is deemed not good enough. And so the players will leave the ground. There'll be a few overs short tonight, Ed Rainsford, 9. But this is a day that belongs to the Proteas.
Yeah, sure does, as the umpires take the reading 141 from 211 deliveries. From ball 1,
the overhead conditions have been what is challenging. Very, very hot, very humid. Players struggling with cramp. Tony De Zorzi overcame it all. 141 not out.
Miraz, 21 overs, 0 for 95. Nominal, just the 4 overs for his 0 for 15. Tough day in the office.